I did a long sailing adventure a few years back, and during that time, I was intending to do all this YouTube stuff to document it, to maybe make some money, to help fund the adventure, and just to show the world and friends and family and stuff. But it was always just too much work, and I never really got into it. And I had a really good friend who was also a very good musician in South Africa, and he told me, you know what, the adventure's for you. It's not, or the experience, I should say, is for you, not for anybody else. And I kind of went, oh, yes, thank you for that wisdom. That's true. And then I had another couple of friends who were sailors, around the world sailors, and they said, we're not really into self promotion. And I thought, yeah, that's kind of me too. Nevertheless, here I am. Because what I am into, and I have been for many, many years, is rhythm. Lots of it African, some Indian, African diaspora all over the world. And I've been thinking for quite a while now, I would like to present to help the world, those who are interested, with a technique that I like to use to combine West African Dunun rhythms. That's the ones that get the bass drums here that get played with the djembe, and to show a way to stack them up. What I, and after one of my mentors, what he likes to call harmonic, that is stacked up rhythms on top of each other. The way these are set up now is often called ballet Dunun. You might have heard that if you're into this kind of music. And that's kind of usually more of a linear approach, which is totally cool, totally powerful way to play. And it's wonderful. And it's actually probably more useful for a fast, hard charging situation like a dance class or a really fast groove, either a live playing situation or a drum circle or whatever. But I just like this other way because it challenges me. It's a great way to review all the rhythms and actually hear how they fit together. And if you push yourself, then you can probably do it fast enough in some situations. I found that I really got a boost of inspiration to do it when I used to play for Malian master drummer Abdul Doumbia. I played for his classes for about 2.5 years. And so I would almost always play the Dunu, so that it gave kind of the rhythmic backdrop of whatever piece he was teaching, and he would teach solo phrases and accompaniments and things. And gradually I started to work this style in, and he not only accepted it, he liked it. Often he said, oh yes, very good, do that. He said, I can't do that, but I like it. And so I was like, wow. I mean, he can do amazing things. He plays Dunu way better than me. But he did accept the style, because the reason I like to do it is, in some sense, it's more true to the traditional music. You know, the ballet style is absolutely cool, but it's more of a modern style. So the traditional style usually sometimes there's only one Dunu player, sometimes there's no Dunu player, but when there's one or two or three, or two or three, I should say, they're on top of each other. Not directly on top of each other, but layered in the rhythmic matrix, so that it's not just one after the other, hocketing. You know, they overlap and they fill in empty spaces in each other's phrases, so that you get this really rich harmonic style. So anyway, I wrote up a whole kind of support statement for why I want to do this, and maybe I'll record that too, because I'm sure I made some other points in there I'm not making now. Anyway, I want to get to playing in this video. So the first rhythm I'm going to do is called Denadon. It's purposefully simple rhythm, so that we can go through the method and get into how it works. So the method is basically, I'll play each rhythm with its bell pattern. the fully traditional style, is to play them horizontally with a bell on the top. 3 players, 3 different voices. I'm just going to play the bell pattern on the side because that way I can keep them upright and I can switch from one to the other. So I play the bell pattern for each one, and then I play them in pairs. Those 2, those 2, those 2. And then my version of playing all 3. Now, this is not necessarily the only way to do it. And also, I should say, I'm sure there are other players out there who do this. And more power to you. I'm not trying to say I invented it or anything, but I think it's a really cool approach, and hopefully it can help people to have fun and to learn the music better. So that's enough about that. If you dig it, you dig it. So let's get into it. This first one is Denadon, pretty much in the style is played by Mamadi Keita, great master djembe fola, djembe player who has recently passed on. Thank you, Mamadi. He was such a treasure to have you on the earth with us. So let's dedicate that to him. So the high part for this one is kinkani. It's always kinkani, the high drum. I'm here on the left. The middle drum or sangban on the right. The low drum, dunuba, in the middle. Those are the Guinean terms. They're different slightly different terms in Mali. And I sometimes configure these in a different way too, especially in Abdul style, but I won't get into that now. So I'm just going to play one and then the other and then the third and then play them in pairs and then show you my version of all 3. Again, there's a good simple rhythm to get started with, but definitely presents some challenges. So here we go. Both feet, I'm going to play time on my right foot with a bell, half time on my left foot with a hi-hat shaker kind of thing. So it's kind of a reverse jazz feet. In other words, instead of being on 2 and 4, I'm going to play it on 1 and 3, which is more of an African thing. Sorry, lots of talking in this first video, but gotta get those things sorted out. So here we go. I'll put the traditional Guinean break to separate the parts. And one thing that I'll say that's really important to be able to do this is to be able to change parts without losing time. That's a long road and a long exercise for some, shorter for others, but it's so crucial to learning this music well. That's what I tell students all the time, and to doing this exercise. So here we go. Call. I'll do these for a little while, but feel free to pause and work on each one. So, see what you can make of that. Leave me comments. I don't know. See if you like it. I'd love to see your comments. See if it's helpful. See if you have any suggestions. And if you have some inspiration for other stuff, or you want to inspire me to keep going, that would be very helpful. Thank you for watching. Peace and blessings.